Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are brand new here, my name is Shelly. I teach second grade in Northern California. I'm also a mom and a wife. I know it's been a long time, and I wish I could sit here and give you all the excuses in the book, but to be frank, it's just been a crazy year and I haven't picked up the camera, and I am so sorry for that. But luckily I am here today. As you can tell by the title, we are gonna talk all about parent-teacher conferences. I feel like parent-teacher conferences are one of those things when you're a brand new teacher that are just like mortifying. And I feel like I've gained enough knowledge over the last 6 years and hopefully have some tips and tricks for you to make it a little bit easier, a little bit more manageable. We're gonna break everything down to like what I do way before conferences to make sure I'm ready, the organizing, the management, and then like the flow of how it all comes together. So before we jump into this video, go ahead and head down below and comment what grade do you teach and what's your like hot tip? What's your #1 parent-teacher conference tip? I love learning from you guys. I love the community that we've built here. Let's get into the video. All right, before we jump into like the content of what is talked about in conferences, I want to mention my like hot tip for scheduling conferences. First things first, I have talked about them multiple times before over on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me now at Early Adventures. And the app is called Classly. I'm telling you guys, this is like my one-stop shop, my hub for all parent communication. It is truly like a Facebook timeline, but just for your classroom. So you invite parents at back to school night, they accept, or you could do it whenever, you could do it now. It is the one place I go for parent communication. All my like weekly emails, I can attach PDFs, all the documents, all the assignments, all the projects, it's all in one place. So parents have access to it at all times. But I'm bringing this up again during conferences because they have so many cool features. You can do polls, you can schedule things, you can chat with the parents, parents can chat with other parents, all of the things. So for conferences, first I sent out just like a generic poll. Would you prefer to do it on Zoom or in person? Because we have the option. And then I actually sent out their schedule through the app. So I could see one, if they saw it, and then two, if they accepted it or not. So I knew exactly which parents accepted it. And then I knew how to proceed with the scheduling piece of it, which has been so amazing. So I will link them down below. If you go follow them over at Classly and send them a DM, they will unlock for you the entire subscription. So I should mention it's fully free for teachers, but if you go and just like say, hey, Shelly sent me, they will unlock like all the features. There's just little things like you can upload more photos or longer videos or just little things like that. Totally worth just sending them a DM. So go do that now. Again, all linked down below. Moving on, my other hot tip for scheduling your conferences, I learned from my partner teacher, and whoa. In the past, my first couple years, I like sent home a form, choose your like top 3 options, and then I spent hours trying to schedule and like please everybody. We're done with that. We're not doing that anymore. What we are doing is making our master schedule. These are the days and the times that I'm gonna hold conferences, and then I plug parents in, and then I send them an email, or I send them a little thing on Classly and saying, this is your conference day and time. Please confirm. If this does not work for you, please let me know ASAP, and I will let you know what other slots I have available. I do that 4 weeks before conferences, and 100% of my parents confirmed. Like, the amount of time that I saved by doing that. Also, when you do it that way, you can strategically place certain kids at certain times. Like if you have those parents that just talk, you put them in the beginning so you can say, hey, I have another conference, I'm so sorry, I would love to catch up with you later in the year. Like, genius. I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner, so I'm telling you now, try it out. Just give it a shot. If your parents hate it, then I don't know what to tell you. But totally worth at least trying. I am shocked how much time I saved this year just on the scheduling aspect alone. So that's your hot tip. Okay, so then let's move into the actual conference. What do you bring to the conferences? Or I guess I should say, what do I bring to the conferences? I think the biggest thing I didn't realize as a first-year teacher was like assessments. There are so many assessments out there. Your curriculum should give you some, your district might have some, there's a million others out there in the world. Like, it's so hard to wrap your head around it all. And also parents don't really know. So you have to kind of do what's best for your kids and your site and your grade level and all of the things. So I'm gonna share with you what I do to get ready for the actual conference. We're gonna break it down by subject area because I think that's the easiest. So the first thing I do is I create just a simple list. I think of all of the things that I want to include in my conference. So just going down the list, the first thing I do for every kid in 2nd grade is a BPST. It is a phonics screener. It is a very quick snapshot of the areas of decoding and phonics where they are struggling or if they are struggling at all. I love it because it's a 1-pager. I can show parents, look, they really struggle with this vowel pattern, or hey, look, they are reading multisyllabic words and they're in the beginning of 2nd grade. It's a quick picture, parents can understand it. I will find a link for it and put it down below. Your site should have it, but if not, it's a great like phonics screener that we use. So I do that for every single kid. The next thing that we decided to do as a grade level this year is an oral reading fluency passage. We have access to iReady in our district, and iReady has all these like pre-made assessments, which is fabulous. So we chose 2 passages, 1 fiction and 1 nonfiction, and we had the kids read it, we timed them for a minute, and then we averaged out their fluency score on the percentile chart, all given to us by iReady. So I bring that to the conference because again, it is a really nice snapshot as to where your kid is as a reader in 2nd grade. And it's just a good conversational piece. It's right in front of me. I can see, oh yeah, when I asked them to retell me the story, they couldn't, or they only gave me one important thing. They could decode great, but it's just a really nice starter to get the conversation about reading and skills going. So the other thing I always bring to a conference is a sheet, looks like this. We actually just made this. You could type something very similar. But we have Lexia at our site and we use it religiously because it's amazing. And it basically just explains what Lexia is, why it's important. It has their name, where they should be at this point in 2nd grade, and then their current level. And then it gives them like, if your kid is at this level, maybe try doing an extra, 10, 20, 30 minutes a week at home. So it's something that parents can actually implement at home so they feel like, they're doing at least something. So we always have that piece. And then I segue from reading into writing by talking about our high frequency words and spelling. So the 2 pieces that we do for that are, we do a spelling inventory. It comes from Words Their Way. I will do my best to link it down below. We do one at the very beginning of the year, and then we do one in the fall. And then you always see growth because we are reteaching these skills from 1st grade, and it's a really good, again, snapshot as to where they are with their phonetic spelling and with their patterns and all of those things. So again, a great visual for parents, a data piece, we love it. I actually love this one because by the end of the year, you can look at all 3 on the same page and go, wow, I actually taught them something. I taught them how to read and write. It feels really good for you, and it's phenomenal for the kid, of course. But I just like the visual aspect of this piece. And then also, we use Sadlier, that's our phonics program. So we just test after each unit all of the high frequency words that we have taught. And then we put that in their file as well. Because look, we taught all of these words and they're only getting 40% of them. What we do with those words too, and I don't know if everyone has access to this, but ESGI is a program for assessments. We basically go in, put the assessments in, and then check off the words that they didn't get, and then it like produces flashcards for us. It was like amazing. It took all of 3 minutes. And it made flashcards, so I printed those out and I put them in the file so I can again give parents, here are the words they need to practice. Practice them at home. It's always really hard because parents are like, well, what can I do at home? So it's nice to just have a few things to give them so they at least feel like they have some direction as to how to support at home, which took me a while to learn. So don't feel bad if you're new. All right, so then that covers the basis of reading and spelling. And then for writing, I just bring 2 pieces of writing. One that we did in the very beginning of the year. It was like a pre-assessment. It was a summer writing. And then one that we did for Halloween, right about Halloween night. And both of those pieces are not guided. There's no support. It is just like them with their paper and a pencil in a quiet room writing. That's how I'm gonna get a clear picture as to what they can do independently. And these pieces, again, are segues into conversations about their kid and their specific struggles, their specific strengths, and things like that. So just having those anchor pieces, something to show them, is all you really need because then the conversation flows. Sometimes I just show them and go, do you have any concerns? And a lot of times parents are like, no, we're good. Like, we're in 2nd grade, we're here to learn. So I like having tangible things because otherwise you're sitting there staring at each other like, your kid's great. What do you want to talk about? Even if your kids are like excelling, parents love to see that. I also think of them totally differently now that I have my own children. I used to kind of, not dread, but the kids who were above grade level, the conferences always kind of scared me a little bit because I'm like, your kid's where they need to be. What do you want to know? But now that I'm a mom, I'm like, I get to tell them how great their kid is. Just share something positive. Show them that you know their kid. And as a mom, that's all I would want to know. Whew, okay, I feel like this is going to be a chatty video, but it's a chatty topic, and I'm sorry. Okay, that's what I bring for reading and writing. Then for math, I don't bring a lot. I bring all of their unit test scores, and then I bring our benchmark assessment. So after the first 4 units, we take a benchmark of everything we've taught. It breaks it up by standards, and I bring that to the table. We do a quick like math fact timed assessment to get a snapshot of how the kids are doing with their math facts, because that's a big deal in 2nd grade. And then I also give them all of the printouts for access to the online programs that we're using, so if they want to do that at home, they can. For me, I don't need to bring a lot for math because I truly know how each kid is performing and where their struggle areas are based on all of my informal assessments throughout the year. Just the whiteboard work, the daily lessons, the one-on-one work that I do with them, working at centers. Like, I just know my kids really well, and I'm sure you do too. So math is a lot easier for me to talk about because it's very cut and dry, where reading and writing is obviously a lot more convoluted. So it's nicer to have a lot of pieces to show. So that's really all I bring for math. And then that's pretty much it. So now I really quickly just want to show you how I organize all of that to just give you an idea. I've done it different ways every year. This is the most organized I've felt, and it's really not that pretty, but it's functional. Okay, so basically this is just a milk crate, and I have files in here. I did their number, that way I don't have to redo them every year. I don't know why in the past I put their name. That was like the silliest thing ever. So as I do assessments and as I complete them, I just file them. I don't organize them, I just throw them in here. I can go through and pull out all the things, and then I put them in these manila folders, and I have their name and the time of their conference, and then I organize these based on days and times. So then I use my little list that I showed you earlier, and I put everything in order. So they're all in the same order, the report card's right on top. So it helps the conversation flow because it's in the order I want to talk about things. I'm feeling very prepared this year. I have an amazing class and I have amazing parents, and I'm actually just ready to get these rolling. So one, I can get them over with, but also I can chat with all of my parents. All right, I know that was a lot of information crammed into a small amount of time, but I feel like I get questions about these all the time, and I wanted to share them with you. Not to mention, I wanted to get a video up here for you guys because I've been failing as a YouTuber. And I'm so sorry for that. I really, really, really do want to get back into vlogging. It's just been a lot. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Again, please leave us your hot tips. We love to learn from each other. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you have not already, please make sure to go down and subscribe. I am considering doing Vlogmas. You heard it here first. Don't quote me on it, but I'm thinking about it. So definitely subscribe so you don't miss all that fun craziness. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, go do that. I will try and link as much as I can down below for you guys. But other than that, I love you so much, and I will see you in the next video.